Hi guys, I'm back, but this time I got a special guest with me today. He's going to make us this special dish that he have been doing for quite a while, and these are all the seasonings that he used on his dish. And as you see, there's quite a few, and he's going to explain all that to us as he gets started. And he also have all his chicken thigh already deboned, seasoned right now, been marinating for a little while, and then he's going to show us how he do it.
Here we have our chicken thighs that have been marinating in the fridge for at least 30 minutes, but you can marinate them for up to 12 hours if you really want to. All we have here is black peppercorns, red pepper chili flakes, and onion powder. And on the skin side, we have salt so that it cooks well. And over here we have our chicken thighs cooking. We put them in while the pan's cold and bring it up to a medium temperature. That way that the skin gets really crispy and flavorful. So with it being skin on chicken thighs, when you cook them from a low temperature, it helps the fat render out evenly, allowing for all of the oils from the fat to be released, causing the chicken to get really crispy. I did not add any oils or butter to the pot. You can use any pot or pan as long as the oils are able to stay near the chicken rather than spreading out too much so that it really fries in its own fat. For the first batch of chicken, which really releases all of the oil, this can cook for at least 10 minutes on the skin side because what you want is for the skin to get crispy and release all of its oils. This isn't necessary for every batch after, but is essential for the first cook in order to release oil for the rest. So once you flip over your chicken, you want your skin to look like this, but it's okay if it doesn't because it'll still cook down in the sauce anyway. But if you prefer a crispier fry on the skin, this is what it would look like after about 12 minutes of cooking on a medium heat. This is one of the chicken pieces. Right here, you can take it out depending on how high of a heat you cooked it on, but you should lower the temperature after getting a good fry on the skin so that it cooks more evenly without burning and so that the seasoning does not stick to the pan. I'm going to let these cook for another minute or two while flipping them, but you're good to go if your chicken does look this way. Right here, we're cooking the second batch of chicken in the oil left from the first. You want to lay them in gently away from you to avoid popping oil, and because when you press down on the chicken rather than laying it gently, the skin tends to stick to the pan and it is a pain to scrape off. So now that our chicken has been well rested, we can take it and cut it. I find that cutting it like skin side up can be hard sometimes. So what I like to do is flip it over, push it down onto the cutting board, and cut it that way. That way the skin stays more together. And I find that it is a more consistent way of cutting your chicken thighs. As you can see, the skin will stay more together. So right here, we're washing our rice, and we will have this cooking in the background while we do the second part of our honey soy garlic chicken. So here we have our basmati rice. After washing it, you want to put it in your pot with a 2-to-1 ratio, 2 cups of water to every 1 cup of rice. As it comes to a boil, you just make sure that it doesn't stick at the bottom. And once it does come to a boil, put your lid onto it and reduce it to a simmer so it can cook for about 20 to 30 minutes. So after you have cooked your chicken and rinsed out that pot, leave some of the flavor in there and toss in 2 tablespoons of butter to melt down and simmer. As it is simmering, you want to put in some minced ginger or ginger paste over it so that it melts and cooks with it. Not equal parts, but really as much as you want. And once that cooks down, you want to toss in about 8 to 10 cloves of minced garlic in there. So once your garlic starts to get a little fragrant and starts browning up, you can toss in your sliced chicken into the pot. So that's what we're about to do here. you just want to kind of stir this around and coat all of the chicken in that garlic ginger butter. And you don't really need to cook this for very long, but I'm going to let it go on for about maybe 5 minutes, 10 at the max, because you don't want your garlic to start burning. And after this is all coated and you feel confident about it, you can take it out of the pan or out of the pot and put it back into your bowl. So this has been going for maybe 2 minutes, almost 3. And you can see at the bottom of the pan it's starting to get a lot more brown. That's okay. But this is when you want to start taking your chicken out because you don't want anything burning, especially the garlic. And we are about to make our sauce. So now that we've taken out all of the chicken, you want to pour in about a cup of soy sauce into your pan to help all of those flavor bits at the bottom come off. You want to start pouring in your honey. Right here, I don't really measure it, so you can just kind of pour to your liking, but maybe about half a cup, a little bit more if you like it sweeter. You just want to kind of pour that in and allow the two to mix together. And this should cool down your pan a lot, which should stop the cooking. But once your soy sauce starts to come to a rapid simmer, maybe even a light boil, you can toss in your butter, maybe about a tablespoon, and you can toss in some more garlic if you like, but that is optional. So after you toss in your tablespoon, you can up the heat on the sauce to allow it to come together more, and you want to stir it, making sure that nothing burns. And we are about to toss in our chicken. Once your sauce has come to a boil, you want to put in red pepper chili flakes, some normal not smoked paprika, but if you do like that smokiness of smoked paprika, you can toss that in. And then to finish that off, white pepper and onion powder. Not a lot of white pepper though. It is a very strong adjective. It can change the entire course of your dish. You can kind of go heavy with the onion powder because it isn't very strong. You want to stir that up, and your sauce is ready for the chicken. So here, we're going to take our cooked chicken and kind of slowly dump it in there, making sure not to splash because you really don't want to get this. Take your claw thing and mix it all together. It will be a bit dark in color, but as it coats the chicken, it should lighten up. And we're almost done. So here we are adding our cornstarch water mixture to our sauce to thicken it up. You can't really add too much, but you should be light with it, as you can add it in increments to make sure that you don't mess up your sauce. Stir it up and you will start to see the results almost instantaneously as your chicken and sauce come together and look very, very good. And after adding your sauce, after you add the cornstarch water to your sauce, you want to bring that heat down so that nothing burns. And you are going to add your favorite hot sauce or sriracha. Here we have hotter sauce from Trump. This is a first time use for me, but it smells great. You just kind of pour it over, but you don't want to do too much because you really don't want this being very spicy unless you like it like that. Stir that in. You can almost smell it immediately. It starts smelling great with sweetness, soyness, and hints of kickiness. And we are one step off. Well, two. Lastly, we're going to add sesame oil to your liking, and we're going to finish this with either fresh cut basil or, as we have here, dried basil seasoning. So just sprinkle this over as much as you want. And lastly, our pure sesame oil. Just pour a little bit of it in. It's a very, very strong oil. And once you get done mixing this all up, you can start plating your dish.
Okay, we're gonna see what it tastes like. Uh-oh, something spicy?
Exquisite. It's not spicy. It's perfect.
Let's go.